Welcome back to freehighschoolodeducation.com. Today we are going to do a second session for chapter 9.2 in Algebra 1, page 343, ratios and proportions. In this session we are going to show some techniques for solving problems with ratios and proportions. And we are going to use example number 6 on page 346. And we will solve it in 3 ways. Here it says, find the measures of two supplementary angles if they are in a ratio of 4 to 5. So we have two angles, they're in the ratio of 4 to 5. And they are supplementary, so their sum is 180 degrees. Here we can use two variables for this problem. So for the small number we use x, and for the larger angle we use y. And here we say x over y is in the ratio of 4 to 5. And we get the value of y in terms of x. And this is what we are going to do in the following chapter. You are going to solve for one of the variables in terms of the other variables. So you can use this later on after we do that chapter. So here we cross multiply 4 times y equals to 5x, and y equals to 5 over 4x. So now I can replace y here with 5 over 4x. And I do this on the side. Now I know the sum of these two angles equals to 180 degrees. And I solve for x. If I multiply here 4 up and down, I'll get 4x over 4, and I add, that's 9x over 4 equals 180 degrees. And here we can cut 120, and x equals to 80 degrees. And the other angle will be 100, since both are supplementary. So this is one way of doing these problems. The other way is dividing your ratio by any of the numbers. It doesn't matter. You can divide by 4 or 5. So I divide my whole ratio here by 4, and I will get 1. Remember that this ratio is similar to this, and I can divide the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4, and I will get 1 over 5 over 4. So now, right away, if this is x, then the other one will be 5 over 4x. And you can see now that we have the same thing as we did in the previous example. So I add these two angles, and that gives me 180 degrees, and we solve like in the previous situation. Another way is to do it as it is done in the elementary school, where you have blocks. And here, my two angles, one of them will be split into 4 equal parts, and the other one will be split into 5 equal parts. Each one of these parts is unknown to us, so I'm going to put this as x. So I have here 4 parts to 5 parts. Adding them gives me 180 degrees. Now when we solve for x here, we are getting one part. Remember that the angles are 4x and 5x. And we get here 9x equals to 180 degrees. And we cut or divide by 9, and we get here 20. So x equals to 20. One of the angles is 4x, and that will be 80. And the other one is 5x, and that will be 100. And so we have these 3 ways of solving these problems. And with this, we come to the end of this session, and we hope to see you again.